your home modification is on pre-approved, but it's not approved yet. I said, well, what's going to happen after the modification? Once the loan get approved, then they said, well, then we'll be able to take your house off the foreclosure list. I said, well, what's the use of putting my house on the foreclosure list if I'm doing the modification? I'm saying, I'm not asking y'all to let me stay in my house free or anything. I'm willing to pay my bill. Only thing I'm asking for y'all is a little bit of help. When the city gets in trouble, y'all don't ask us for help. Y'all just lower our pay. But when a citizen get in trouble, there's no one there to sit there and stand up for them. I understand that the environment is in trouble, but so are we, because the money that we work hard for is the money to pay our bills. And you're taking part of that. No one is saying anything about that. So I'm just asking, this gives me a chance to sit there and save my house with the little bit of income that I have.
Now, who exactly is doing the modification of the loan? Who is that? Is it an agency of some kind?
No, actually the banks
The bank.
are supposed to be doing the home modifications.
Right.
There's a formula that's been set out by the federal government. 31% of your gross pay is what you should be paying. And there's different formulas depending on whether it's FHA or what kind of home it is. In some cases, they lower interest rates. In some cases, it's a question of changing the principal, lowering the principal. It's not that complicated, but it is a formula for it, and the banks are supposed to be abiding by it. But like I said, they just are thumbing their nose up at us because they did that with the bailout. They're doing that, our money's all going there instead of to jobs programs and to things that people
point that this campaign is not just about Renee. Renee is indicative of tens of thousands of people in Baltimore City, of hundreds of thousands of millions of people across this country who are being ripped off by the banks, who are not getting a fair deal and not getting a fair shake. And so, even though we're out here for Renee, but we're out for everyone who is under a similar situation, under a similar crisis of losing their house. And so we're standing up for Renee, but we'll also be standing up for anyone who is going through this horrible ordeal, because, as has been mentioned before, it's our tax money that has been bailing out the banks. And people, the American dream has been told that all your life, to buy a house, and the least that this government and the politicians and the banks can do is to sit down with people and to remodify their loans. But really, as we can see, that's not even working. And until this crisis is abated, until there's jobs, until there is some relief for people, there needs to be a moratorium so that we can sort out this crisis that is going on, and so that people can stay in their homes. And so, because a house that is being foreclosed, a vacant house, actually brings down the value of neighborhoods and is actually devastating neighborhoods. And we don't want our city to be going through the same thing that cities like Detroit, Baltimore already has a problem with vacant housing. We don't need any more vacant houses. Renee you go to her house, but other people, they take care of their houses, they maintain their houses. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And they just need they need the government to step in and say enough is enough, and that these banks, we bailed them out, and now it's time for them to give back to the community and stop these foreclosures.
And Steve, the outfit is the network,
National
Stop Foreclosures, and it's a national group.
Yes.
It's emerged as a result of this foreclosure crisis.
Yes.
And people can go online and find this.
Yes, you can go out to bailoutthepeoples.org, and there's actual link to the net Stop Foreclosures.
What Stephen was saying about moratorium is critical for all those who have lost their jobs and who don't even qualify for HAMP.
But the crux of it is, it's the bank that has the mortgage.
Absolutely.
And it's the bank that Renee is trying to get a modification from, and it's the bank is saying to the law firm, go ahead and file this foreclosure. Is that right?
That's the crux of it.
That's the crux
That's
of
the
it.
crux of it. And then the general crux really is that why should trillion-dollar banks and bankers be putting people out of their homes, period, during an economic crisis?
Yep.
It's a special emergency situation for people, and ultimately nobody should be forced to leave their home. Nobody benefits from that. Communities don't benefit from it. it's part of this system where money comes first and bankers' profits come first and people's needs come last, and that's got to be turned around.